necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
On first down from their own 22. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On third down, going up top. And the pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense, because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
First down here for the offense. Looking for space. It's Sampson. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down. And the Spartans have taken it inside the 20. The give to the fullback. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? This offense has a second down play. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They'll run it. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing ball, got it stopped, now forcing the fourth down.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before. Here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive.
You don't know how to hate. Me and Jerry want to fight. You got to go in the cage.
They would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
You don't act right there in the house.
And good work by
do that
the
outside.
team to get the return man down on the ground. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others. Show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Give to Brown. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
That's the end of the first quarter. Michigan State 3, NC State 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. On the option. Now the toss. Just enough there to get it to the 25.
You should hit again, bro.
Call the authorities now! Running back.
2.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Running to the left. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
And a nice job by the running back finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. The throw to the outside is complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off the play fake. The short hands, it's Jordan. And they pick up just a few on that completion. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. To the air, it's Reed. Throws to the wideout. Pass on the way out, it's picked off. Not a lot of return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
It's complete on the right side. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. How about the little toss out to the fullback to give him a touch?
And you said little toss because they're not trying to throw bombs to the fullback. This is a guy that's going to be more of a possession wide receiver. But if you can depend on him and he can catch the football consistently, you can get those little gains, those positive gains, and keep the defense a little off balance.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Michigan State.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to get it through the air. Quick completion on the out route. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Quickly complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Keep it on the ground. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan State.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Michigan State, 10. NC State, 0.
He's going to bring it out from deep. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking downfield, it's Reed. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Coleman. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Kicking team's got it.
Man, this kickoff coverage team, they just get to the ball carrier. They are flying around. They're beating their blocks. And the ability to create a turnover on a special teams play like this, and that is massive. And now it sets them up in great field position.
Fires into the end zone. Ball's incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
And these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people are near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult.
And the defense, got him at the 27.
What an effort getting to the quarterback there. You think about Michigan State D-line and Jarrell Worthy, Shalik Calhoun, guys that would use their frame to their advantage, and you just could not block them. This guy has physical ability. He's got a lot of things you can't do.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, second and third and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss. Because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Finds the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Trying to pick up a first down. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. The quick out. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Off play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Pocket starts to collapse. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Spartans line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Throws to the back. It's complete to the right. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Michigan State 10, NC State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. This defense is showing the Spartan spirit, and they are swarming.
I mean, they're making them earn everything. Nothing given up free. Playing so good at all the levels of the defense. If I'm a Michigan State fan, I'm pretty jacked up at this performance.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Fires to the big fella. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way.
And the blitz gets to him just like that.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page.
He didn't know the right page, bro. He was coaching.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Dropping back, it's Reed. Here's a throw downfield late. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation in football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The give to the big fullback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. If they thought it would fool them to give it to the fullback, that was not the case.
Yeah, give this defense credit. They obviously watched a lot of film this week, and they knew there were a lot of different guys offensively that could touch the football, including the fullback, but he had no room to go there.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. And the Spartans decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he'd hoped to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. You got to do a better job reeling it in.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's going up top here late in the game. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. That one comes out hot down the right side. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter. To be honest, both of these offenses played as if they were waist-deep in mud. Plenty of struggles, and they come up just short in this one.
Definitely a defensive struggle here. So the good news for this team is you like what you saw on that side of the football, guys making plays, but the offense has got to be able to pick it up. You've got to be able to find ways to generate explosive plays and generate points. They couldn't do it.
And it's very frustrating for a defense when you see your offense time and time again not come through. They did their job. Offense next time just has to do a lot better.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Yo. Hey. Andy House.
NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Line gets set, 1st down.
Just
Give to the running back. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Dropping back, it's Jordan. Scrambling away. He'll pull it down and run. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Ncaa. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
You don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, look at it matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the 1st down. Give him the football. Let him be an athlete with the football in his hands after he catches it. Nice job by the QB. Nice job by the running back.
And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
Now on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Back to the air one more time. Quarterback adapting. Trying to make magic with his feet. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the run.
And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Leaves it with the back. And the good news for the offense, there's nowhere to go from here but forward. No gain on the first play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quickly to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass, it's Reed. Gets it out fast. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Brings up 2nd and goal. That's the end of the first quarter. And after 1, we're scoreless.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Now on the option.
No.
Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
What a play by the defense. With their backs against the wall in a goal line type situation, they're able to force a fumble and jump on it. That is how you change momentum in a game.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
But with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's 1st down again. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th quarter game.
Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Steps away. He'll fire to his right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. Trying to get rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And that ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, NC State.
Yeah, and How about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play.
Sun Devils will put total leather to crank us up. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First down here for the offense. Brown has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Pulls it in. It's Jones. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Red Wolves will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll bring it back. It's Johnson. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end. And he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And that's what I love about the QB run game in this offense is it just keeps these defenses off balance. We're going to see a lot of running backs doing their work between the tackles in this game as well. But you see how mixing in the quarterback run, too, it just keeps this defense so confused.
A run up the middle is stopped for no gain. On the option. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. What a disappointment. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
He'll keep it himself. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Sun Devils are flying down the field. The give out of the gun.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Fires to the right. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You can tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it. Going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds his tight end. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. They'll try to start the second quarter by putting points on the board with a field goal. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up. Beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
The Sun Devils trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona State! Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the ball is picked off. Looking for more room. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point. This is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you could really get dangerous in this ball game.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting a field goal.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Second down coming up. To the air, it's Reed. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing the second.
Got it in the middle, it's Jordan. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the misfire, now on second down. Trying to get to it. Crosses the 30, he's got away. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. Listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone, it's Neal. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
Man, I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Feeling some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Jordan. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. The give to the right. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. The Red Wolves will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Coming out with it, it's Neal. Makes a move.
Are you serious?
He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. They're just about to boot it away, full of energy after housing that last kickoff. Oh, he's going to go for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Give to Brown. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about that?
And it's picked off for the third time today.
I like those just a fucking flag.
And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Well, he chews up yards. I mean, that was really quick, really decisive. Design quarterback runs are very difficult to stop, and you could tell he's got some ability to make big plays. And thank goodness they got him on the ground and it wasn't a bigger play than it could have been.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Fast motion from the offense. Right back to the well. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. The running back has it. He's like a loose bowler, just caroms his way to the 32. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Jordan. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. The quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong that they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
So let's see if they can make up for that loss on second down from the 18. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver in the intended target. As a result, that ball's incomplete.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Red Wolves will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips through the line. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. The receiver on the jet sweep. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Arizona State.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. A third and long coming up here. They'll run play action. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Looking for a man. It's Reed. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And it's picked off for the fourth time today. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it, keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop him.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Second down now after the sack. Fires left. Complete downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Looking for the score. And his fifth interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had, plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the three phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to win.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt, they sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of
That shit crazy. Feel like you live your best life. Chilling. Living my best life. You know, time to you. Yes, I'm living my best life. Ain't gonna club. It's just people. Go over there. Need to go get some shoot. She knock out there to get it over. We're not going through. It's taking forever too long to get. Goddamn, if you know that, like, you need to load. You ain't taking you. Because you bring me together instead of losing kind of games on new players in a 99. So I could make the All-Star game. Somewhere you are. I'm sitting on myself. 99, 98, 97. I might just do some emotion. I'm living my best life. Ain't got time for two people's. I cannot purchase it again. Michael. It's 88 Marshall Lynch. It's not upgradable. So you get sold. Need you, my guy. Let's see if you work on time. We're going to compare. Oh, yeah, the same. Oh, Johnson. I like to send somebody to replace you, my boy. Let's see. You lost the shit. Okay, you're right. So, okay.